Hi, hello my dear students. Welcome to our channel Rajesh Biology and I am Rajesh MSc Zoology. After a long time, one live session I am going to conduct. So before start the session, let me check is our session is started or not and is my voice is clear or not first. Yes, streaming is going on.
ಹೊಸ ವರ್ಷ ಶುರುವಾದಾಗಿಂದ ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ ಆಗಿ
So session is also just started I think. Ad is came.
ರ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಇಷ್ಟ ಬಂದ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇಷ್ಟ ಬಂದ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಸೀಟ್ ಗಳಿಸೋಣ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಆಸೆ.
Yes, right. So session is successfully started after long time ఒక live session start ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. So come back to the session. I'm Rajesh. I completed my MSc in zoology and I was worked in Karnataka state. From last few years I'm working in Karnataka state actually. In different districts like Ballari district, Vijayanagara district, now in Davanagere district I'm working. So based on the previous papers, based on the present blueprint, changed syllabus, based on district preparatory examination papers, I prepared one strategy to get full marks in biology examination. Basically I'm a zoology lecturer, so I select some concepts from the zoology to get 68 marks from the zoology point of view. I just selected, so I just want to share all these things with you by showing a blueprint, model paper, what is my strategy, what are the questions I expecting for this examination. 2024 March 18th biology examination is there, so for that I used to share some questions with you. Before that, I already prepared senior intermediate zoology expected paper for AP Telangana 6 years back. From the last 6 years, every year two papers the state is going to conduct. That means nearly 12 papers are completed. This year also one paper is came. So if you observe this with which guarantee I given this 40 marks in this 12 papers, not even 40, more than 50-55 marks out of 60 marks. Okay, in AP Telangana final examination is for 60 marks. I given that 40 marks guarantee like that with my strategy. From this 12 papers, more than 40 marks it is there. Even though corona situations, even though some syllabus changes are there, the questions are come from our guessing questions only. So with this confidence only, I just want to share some Karnataka questions also as well. One by one chapter wise we will see. First of all, what are the strategies to get good marks in biology examination March 2024 means. Here I have some files I just want to share with you. That is all these are that. First, blueprint. We should observe the blueprint carefully. Maximum marks we will get in a easy manner only from the biology examination. Why? Because listen, 2 years back in Karnataka state, 1 mark questions are there. In that 1 mark questions place, MCQs are placed. Here MCQs. In that MCQs, with luck also we will get minimum 10 marks. Leave that MCQs. Later fill in the blanks are there. In biology examination, fill in the blanks are very easy. Very easy. Why? Because you already know that biology is divided into botany and zoology. If we know that small difference also, out of 5 questions which are from the zoology topics, which are from the botany topics, like that we can separate, and that answers also placed at the top of that fill in the blanks. So it is very easy to get marks from the MCQs. 20 marks we will discuss later. I just want to focus on long answer questions and short answer questions. Okay, so I think you already have this blueprint. If you don't have, you can take a screenshot or otherwise you can download this from our app Rajesh Biology. In the Rajesh Biology app, I'm going to upload all these files for you. Not only the blueprint, model paper, blueprint, important questions list prepared by me, and all districts of Karnataka, 33 34 papers are there, pre-final examination papers. They all are prepared by the government officials only, so we can expect that questions from that. So all district papers, chapter wise questions from the last few years, like 2014 15, from that onwards up to now, which chapter, which questions are repeatedly asked previously, that all questions also I have like this. All district papers chapter wise questions 2014 ರಿಂದ 2021 ವರೆಗೆ questions ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ಇದೆ chapter, and in that chapter there is some questions, and 7 model papers ಇದೆ. And previously 2023 to 24 newly released 7 model papers, 2022 to 23 model papers ಇದೆ. Before syllabus changes, ಇನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ some questions, important questions ಇದೆ. And last but not least, finally we will discuss that chapter wise strategies. Okay, so first of all I would like to start with the blueprint. In these high weightage chapters, if you observe, high weightage chapter is this 15 marks, principles of inheritance, molecular basis of inheritance, human health and diseases, 13 marks, molecular basis of inheritance 15 marks, and principles of inheritance 15 marks. That means from genetics only 30 marks out of 70, 30 marks come from the genetics only. Okay, out of 120 we can guess. So out of 120, or out of this is the marks. Highest weightage chapters 28 marks, from the this genetics. Total 115 marks out of total 115 marks. These 3 chapters will give you the maximum score. Of course, genetics, human health and diseases, I will tell you. First of all, I would like to share the topics what I select to share some questions. Note down the topics first in which I am going to discuss. Human reproduction. Please note down these topics. Within half an hour I will give you the complete clarity about the biology paper. You can get easily more than 60 marks. Okay. Reproductive health, human reproduction, reproductive health, principles of inheritance, human health and diseases, and organisms and population, biodiversity and conservation. 6 topics. ಈ 6 ಟಾಪಿಕ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ 68 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. 68 ಫ್ರಮ್ 6 ಟಾಪಿಕ್ಸ್. ಟೋಟಲ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ಸ್ 13. ಓಕೆ, ಇಫ್ ಯು ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ 6 ಟಾಪಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಸ್ಕೋರ್. ಈ 6 ಟಾಪಿಕ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲೇ 68 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಈ ಗೈಡ್ಲೈನ್ಸ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು. 5 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 5 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಲೈಕ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ದ ಫಾಲೋಯಿಂಗ್, ಈ ಮಾದರಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್, ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಕಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದು చాలా ಈಜಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಕಮ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಟು ದಿಸ್ model paper idi. In this model paper also you can observe not only the model paper, recent pre-final examinations in all districts. If you observe that question papers, there is a small simple logic we can find. That is what they are going to observe your application skills like correct sequence. 5 mark questions nalli nodri, high fever, constipation, stomach ache, loss of appetite, headache, which disease it is. Okay, and chills, like this they are giving the symptoms. You have to write only the disorder name. Blood groups, parental combination in which both their blood groups are inherited to their children. All these are application method of questions. Sub questions ಇದೆ, ಅನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ application method they are going to focus. Okay, so application method of questions, how they will ask, that is also we'll discuss here. If you observe, it is the application method of question. 2 million years ago, australopithecines, place of origin ಏನು ಅದು East African grasslands, we have to write East African grasslands. And Java 1.5 million years ago, Homo erectus. Like this we have to write. If we completely by heart the NCERT textbook also, if we don't know application method of knowledge, we cannot attempt the question. So we have to develop that application method of knowledge. I just want to share that type of strategy, which type of questions there is a chance to ask in final PU examination, which is going to conduct in 18th March. Okay, so come back to here. These are the questions what I frame for the last few years, where there is no MCQs. At that time also it play very important role to my students, like ovulation, implantation, spermiation, menopause. Sorry for the disturbance which is going on, which is happening here. Menopause, menarche, colostrum, male and female reproductive system diagrams, fetal ejection reflex, sperm cell diagram, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ವೈಸ್ ನಾನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಇನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಈ ಲಿಸ್ಟು ನಿಮಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಇವಾಗ ರಾಜೇಶ್ ಬಯಾಲಜಿ ಆ್ಯಪ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಫೈಲ್ಸ್ ಒಂದು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ PUC ಫೈನಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಫೋಲ್ಡರ್ ನೇಮ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಫೈಲ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಬಿಡ್ತಾನೆ, ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ. ಅಂಡ್ ಇದು ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ districts model papers, ಈ district model papers also you can get. Here it is. Okay, like different examination papers from the different districts. If you observe, actually I already observe all these things. After observation of all these papers, 7 model papers, chapter wise questions idi 2014. After observing all these model papers and everything, I prepared this type of important questions list. Okay, 90% chances are there to ask questions from this list only. So chapter wise our preparation strategy I'll let you know. Okay, based on all this, the session is not yet started. I'm going to start the session now. These all are that I have the knowledge about second year PUC final examinations which are going to conduct in Karnataka. I have the knowledge. To prove that, I just want to show what I study to share my strategy with you. This is what I show to up to you. Now chapter wise strategies we can develop. Human reproduction. In human reproduction you have to focus on diagrams. What are the diagrams? Diagrams mainly male and female reproductive system. Male and female reproductive system diagrams. I'll show how to draw these diagrams also. If you are interested, if this video get so many shares and likes, then I can know that okay, students are interested about these things. If I know like that, then I'll definitely tell you how to draw male and female and mammary gland and sperm cell, every diagram in a easy manner. Okay, so male and female reproductive system diagrams are important. Next, mammary glands, there is a chance to ask this mammary gland diagram also. And sperm cell schematic presentations, I consider the schematic presentation is also a diagram, like a spermatogenesis. By considering that, what I can tell one statement is, it is very easy to qualify second PUC examination. How means 20 marks from the MCQs. 20 marks from the MCQs, both botany, zoology, theory. 20 marks from the diagrams. Diagrams means not only the particular diagram, including schematic presentations, crosses, diagrams, ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೇರಿ 20 marks. Okay, reading better. Okay, even though you are not read, you can easily get 40 marks out of 70. because 20 marks from the MCQs, 20 marks from the diagrams and schematic presentations and crosses. I'll tell you how to present the paper also with the neat label diagrams. So spermatogenesis, oogenesis, sperm cell diagram ಇದೆ. And recently in some districts I observed in preferred paper is seminiferous tubule also they asked. Seminiferous tubules. What we have to draw, sir? If they ask seminiferous tubule, what we have to draw? Whether it is sphericals, this type of diagram, or this diagram which has the wall of the seminiferous tubule, spermatogonia, and Sertoli cells, sperm cells, spermatids, this diagram, which we have to draw. You can try any of these two, but my suggestion is they are going to focus on the diagrams which have more labeling. So in that point of view you can select this diagram because it has more labeling: seminiferous tubule wall, spermatogonia, secondary spermatocytes, primary spermatocytes, Sertoli cells, spermatids, sperms. So like this you can select this diagram: male reproductive system, female reproductive system, mammary gland, sperm cell diagram, seminiferous tubule diagram, spermatogenesis, oogenesis. 7 diagrams ಇದೆ. Okay, schematic presentations also considered as diagram. Okay, 7 ಇದೆ. Along with this, 5 mark questions, there is a chance of asking only 2 questions are there. One is what? Embryonic development. Different developmental stages of embryonic development. And another one is menstrual cycle. So theoretical questions, there is a chance to ask any of these two. No, if they want to ask the diagram means maximum chances are for the diagrams. Idi bittu 2 mark questions, 3 mark questions, or in MCQs diagrams based questions are very less. So what they will ask in theory means spermatogenesis, oogenesis, spermiation, spermiogenesis, definitions, placenta, hormonal function, Sertoli function, Sertoli cell function, Leydig cell function, corpus luteum secreted hormones, or any 2 phases they will ask: follicular phase, proliferative phase. Like that, if you read for menstrual cycle for 5 mark question, you can easily answer that. Okay, and along with this, I'm already told some questions from the like Sertoli cell function, Leydig cell function, functions of the cells, and hormonal function like testosterone, progesterone, ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಕಾರ್ಪಸ್ ಲ್ಯೂಟಿಯಮ್ ಸೆಕ್ರೆಟೆಡ್ ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ಸ್ ಏನು, ಈ ಮಾದರಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ರಿಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್. Reproductive health, very small chapter, but there is a chance to ask many questions from this reproductive health. Contraceptive methods, in that natural methods, barrier methods, sterilization method, diagram like vasectomy, tubectomy also they will ask. If they ask, try to draw the diagram also along with the theory: vasectomy, tubectomy. Okay, vasectomy, tubectomy, and ఇది contraceptive methods. Next, MTP, abortion, medical termination of pregnancy. Amniocentesis, ఇది ಅದನ್ನು ಇನ್ನಲ್ಲೇ ಇದೆ, amniocentesis. Okay, act, MTP act, when it is legalized. Okay, there is a chance to ask in any manner like MCQ or in the fill in the blanks or 2 marks or 3 mark questions. There is a chance to ask for this MTP legalization, MTP safe period, what is MTP, amniocentesis andrenu, e type of questions. Along with this, another one is also there. What is that? Is what along with this like STDs. STD, it is very important. Prevention, STD prevention, and how to prevent the STDs, and STD symptoms, consequences, types of STDs. In that incurable STDs are there: HIV, AIDS, hepatitis, and this syphilis, herpes, No, herpes simplex virus, not it is gonorrhea, syphilis, hepatitis B, HIV. Okay, these two are very important disorders. HIV mainly, the prevention of HIV consequences, you can, if you read here, that will be covered in human health and diseases also. So STDs, MTPs, natural contraceptive methods, population strategies, mainly assisted reproductive technologies, very important. Assisted reproductive technologies. You may feel that, sir, you are saying everything. What is important in this, which are present in the textbook, all you are saying in this, what we have to read, like that. If you feel, I'll tell you one thing. What I am saying is, for example, one chapter has 10 important questions, two chapters has another, second chapter has 10, like that 13 chapters, 130 questions. There is a 50% chance only to ask. But if you follow the blueprint, and chapter wise if you read, okay, total questions are 20. Questions are 20. Out of 20, 10 are important. There is a chance to ask unimportant questions also every time. So what I say is, read all 20 from only 5 chapters. 5 into 20, 100 questions. So when compared with important questions, number of important questions, total questions are less, but your selected chapters are less. So from here there is 100% guarantee to get a 50% score. I think you will understand this, but small suggestions I'll give you at the last. But these are the topics: art important, MTP important, STD important, methods are important, contraceptive methods. ಇದು ರಿಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಡೌಟ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಕಾಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ. ಅದೇ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನ್ಹೆರಿಟೆನ್ಸ್. Principles of inheritance in this very important. 4 crosses are there. Definitely one cross will be there in the examination. Definitely one cross is there. What are that 4 crosses? Test cross, monohybrid cross, dihybrid cross, and incomplete dominance. From these four, one will be there. Definitely one will be there. And along with this, what we have to read, because from the principles of inheritance 14 marks are there. Out of 14 it is only for 5 marks, or maybe 3 marks if we are not lucky. If we are lucky, test cross they will give for the 3 marks, monohybrid for the 5 marks, 8 marks will come from here. What is about the remaining marks? ABO blood group system, there is a chance to ask, because application method ABO system nalli possible ide. Application type of questions are possible from the ABO blood group system. So definitely there is a chance to ask ABO system. Okay, parental group, father group or mother group, genotype, this type of possibilities are there with the ABO blood grouping system. This year board is going to focus on this type of application method of questions. Application method of questions chances principles of inheritance ನಲ್ಲಿ ABO system ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. ಇದು ಒಂದು. And another one, human reproduction ನಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಇದೆ. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಟ್? vagina is covered by hymen layer. Presence or absence of hymen layer is not a reliable indicator of virginity. That is the question. Justify that. That is the question. That is application method of question. Even though it is there in the NCERT, that is application method of question from the human reproduction. Reproductive health ನಲ್ಲಿ application questions ಏನು? Reproductive health, assisted reproductive technology, that is application method of questions chances are there. For example, a person has a low sperm count, what type of technique is helpful to become fertility, to become parenthood, to get parenthood? That is application method of questions from the assisted reproductive technology. Okay, now principles of inheritance. In this, what are the chances to ask application method of questions? Means ABO blood group system. And along with this, another important topics are also there, like pleiotropy, polygenic inheritance, and Morgan Conclusions. Why Morgan select fruit fly? That is also application method. Fruit fly question is also application type of question it is. Why Morgan selected fruit fly for his experiments? Regions ಏನಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬುಕ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ವೆರಿ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ರೀಜನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರೈಟ್ ಮೋರ್ ರೀಜನ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಸ್ಪ್ಯಾನ್ ಈಸ್ ಲೆಸ್, ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಲೈಫ್ ಸ್ಪ್ಯಾನ್ ಈಸ್ ಲೆಸ್, ವಿತಿನ್ ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಲೈಫ್ ವಿತಿನ್ ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ progeny with a single mating, and they can grow in a simple synthetic medium with low expenditure. We can easily observe characters under compound microscope. Okay, sexes are different, sexes are separate. So this type of all these are the application method of questions. So there is a chance to ask why Morgan selected fruit fly for his experiments. That is second question. And another one question is there from this, that is disorders, syndromes. Definitely they will ask syndromes, because karyotype they will give 21 plus 47 21 plus. This type of questions are application method of questions. Syndromes are what? Klinefelter, Turner, Down. In these three syndromes, at least one syndrome or all the three syndromes will be there in the final paper. As per my guessing, three syndromes you have to read. And fruit fly, why Morgan selected fruit fly, and conclusions of Morgan also. Morgan conclusions also a type of application method. Morgan conclusions, like scientist related questions, why Mendel selected garden P, or why Mendel successed, why Mendel is not recognized, why Mendel is not recognized. This type of questions are application method of questions. There is a chance to ask. Adu bittu this four crosses. So principles of inheritance you have to read what? Four crosses first you have to complete. Next syndromes you have to complete. Guarantee questions these all are. And ABO blood group system you have to get complete idea about this, because application method question it is. And why Morgan selected fruit fly, Morgan conclusions, Mendel success regions, why Mendel failure regions. Okay, and pleiotropy polygenic inheritance, it is theoretical question. Examples, some disorders, okay, X-linked disorders, like another one chance to ask application method is what? It is pedigree. So pedigree related disorders are also there, like X-linked recessive disorder, color blindness. Previously so many times it is asked, color blindness, hemophilia, symptoms, and which type of chromosome, which gene it is, like that, thalassemia. And another one is there, hemophilia, thalassemia, autosomal disorder, sickle cell anemia. Because it is 14 marks, and along with all these there is another one question, 4 crosses, 5 sex determinations. What are that 5 sex determinations? In that haplodiploid is the first one, very important, haplodiploidy. Second one, human sex determination, human sex determination. Third one, mainly there is a chance to ask XO method and ZW method, ZO method, sorry, ZZ method, ZZ method, ZW method, ZO ZZ, ZW ZZ, XO method. Why I am not writing XY method? Because XY method is nothing but human sex determination. Okay, that's why I am not say this in a separate manner. Sex determination, 4 crosses, few disorders, related disorder, chromosome numbers you have to understand, the symptoms you have to observe. That is for the pedigree analysis only. Syndromes, so what is that order? 4 crosses, syndromes, and disorders, sex determination, ABO blood group system. Next come to the evolution. In evolution, Miller diagram, Urey-Miller diagram. Miller means not Captain Miller. Okay, killer, Captain Miller, that diagram not it is. Urey-Miller's diagram, experiment diagram it is. Next, immediately there is another important is a human evolution. Human evolution, application method of question, there is a chance for 3 mark question or 5 mark question. Human evolution, very very important. Next, types of natural selection. Types of natural selection. And then next, what it is there in evolution types of natural selection is a Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium is there, that is very important in types of natural selection. In these types of natural selection, along with this, try to understand this experiment is there, right? Industrial melanism. These are very important for the 5 marks and the 3 marks. Now come to the 2 mark questions. Every time they are going to ask, that is homologous, analogous, examples. Homologous, analogous definitions you may definitely read, but one time they ask plant example. Give me the analogous example from the animals. Animal example, plant example. One at least. One plant example, one animal example you have to read. Homologous and analogous. Adapt to radiation. These are very special. You have to read these 2 questions for the 2 marks or 3 marks. Adapt to radiation, homologous, analogous organs. And Darwin conclusions. So everything is there, but mainly this experiment diagram, human evolution, types of natural selection, Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium, there is a chance to ask for more marks, 5 mark questions. This industrial melanism is a less chance for the 3 marks, it is for the 2 marks. This is evolution. If you select, you can get more marks from the evolution. And human health and diseases, ಇದು ಒಂದು ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಡಿಸೀಸಸ್, ಸೋಷಲ್ ಅವೇರ್ನೆಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಇಂಟ್ರಡಕ್ಷನ್, ಆಲ್ ದ ಇಂಟ್ರೋ is one part. From that introduction, definitions there is a chance to ask. And later diseases. So diseases ನಲ್ಲಿ every disorder, that means disease name, parasite name, vector name, symptoms. One A4 sheet ನಲ್ಲಿ you have to write, not for keeping slip in the examination. It is not for the keeping one slip to the examination hall. For preparation, one A4 sheet you have to write what viral diseases. Keep the heading like viral diseases, rhinovirus, common cold, rhinovirus, symptoms. Next, bacterial diseases, typhoid, salmonella typhi, and salmonella typhi, that is enough. Streptococcus pneumoniae, another one, pneumonia, streptococcus pneumonia, haemophilus influenza. Typhoid, symptoms and diagnostic test, pneumonia, symptoms and vector. Okay, next, bacteria completed. Helminth infection. Helminth infections, what? Filariasis, ascariasis. Fungal disease, ringworm. So these disorders all, the disease name, parasite name, symptoms, and vector and diagnostic test if there is any. So if you write like that, from that only there is a 5 mark question. Definitely, damn definite, there is a 5 mark question chance is there from all the diseases if you read symptoms and everything. Next, diseases over. Another one concept here, it is what? That is HIV. HIV schematic presentation, every year they are going to ask schematic presentation every year, except 1 or 2 years maybe they didn't ask. But what I observed from the 2014 up to the 2023 previous paper also I observed that HIV schematic presentation, maximum conditions they are going to repetitively ask. So last one paper nalli we will discuss guarantee questions only. So wait up to the end, watch up to the end. HIV schematic presentation is very important from here. And not only that one, who are more prone to get HIV, who has more sexual partners, who are subjected to this type of blood transfusion, who use intravenous drug injections, like that you can write the who are more prone. And how it is transmit from one person to another person, that is also same, but you can write like 4 regions, through blood transfusion, mother to baby, through placenta, and infected person, sexual contact with the infected person, like that you can write 4. That is only the more prone. Both are same, but with small changes you can write the 4 points. Prophylaxis, already we discussed in reproductive health. 3 points you can write, not even more. 3 points is more than enough. What is that? Prophylaxis, avoid sex with multiple partners, and this one in case of any doubt consult a doctor. Avoid drug abuse with sterilized needles only we have to use, like that. Use condom during coitus. These 3 or 4 points is more than enough. That is HIV. After that, cancer. Very very important. Repetitively they are going to ask at least one question from the cancer. What is the questions from the cancer? Major important is difference between benign tumor and malignant tumor. Cancer cell characters, if they ask malignant characters, say cancer cell characters you can write, like uncontrolled cell division, there is no contact inhibition, like that you can write the cancer related questions. And another one thing is there related to the cancer, that is what? Cancer diagnosis and treatment. Cancer diagnosis and treatment is very important. Previously they asked for this treatment and diagnosis for several times. Diagnosis and treatment, that is cancer. And last but not least, drugs abuse. Drug abuse. Drug abuse, from here also there is many questions are there to ask in application method. Application method means they will give the plant name, poplar somniferum, okay, and cannabis sativa, like that. They will give the plant names, you have to write the drug name. Or they will give the drug name, you have to write which type of receptors they are bind with, okay, which organs are affected. So I am already told you now, one A4 sheet take. On one side you have to write all the disease, parasite name, symptoms. Turn back. On the back side you have to write what? The present drugs, poplar somniferum, cannabis sativa, coca alkaloid, these three mainly. And their plants, from which plant, which part of the plant, the product name. Product means hashish, ganja, charas, from cannabis sativa. So like that their products. Effector organs, gastrointestinal tract, central nervous system, cardiovascular system. So which organ, which type of effect, is depressant or stimulant, hallucinogenic properties, which type of properties it has, all this is you have to write on that one paper. So in that one paper definitely you will get 5 marks, either from the top or from the back. That means either from the diseases 5 marks or from the drugs 5 marks, because this type of application method of questions will possible from these two topics, diseases and drugs. Reproductive health completed, right? So organisms and populations. In organisms and populations, what are the topics to ask means population interactions. Definitely population interactions. I'll give you last some questions that will definitely you have to read, then you will get the full marks. Population interactions, it is also 5 mark question as an application method of questions. If both are mutualistic relationship, both are benefited. If one is benefited, other one is harmed, whether it is a parasitism or predation. If both get affected, competition. If one get benefited, other one neither benefited nor harmed, commensalism. One not get benefited but other one is harmed, neutral, and it is amensalism. Okay, so like these interactions are there, examples ಇದೆ. So in that examples, maximum times they will ask mutualism, competition, commensalism, parasitism. Words are you written all except that amensalism, except that predation you may write like that if you feel. I'll tell you one. Mutualism means, according to the NCERT textbook, what they given example, what you have to select is sexual deceit. Please read this in a separate manner. Sexual deceit as a 2 mark question. Sexual deceit, pseudo copulation, all this is as a separate 2 mark question. There is a chance. So along with this, if you read it, there is a chance to write as an example. Write the following, like that they will give the mutualism. At that time you can write a sexual deceit as an example. Okay, computation, Gauss's principle is important. Gauss's principle. Commensalism, they are asking for several times. There is no particular important definition like sexual deceit, but you can write your own definitions, own examples in a easy manner, like a clone fishu silenterata, or you can write like barnacle on the back of the whale. So like that, epiphyte on the mango tree, like that you can write. Okay. Next, parasitism. In this parasitism, brood parasitism is a 2 mark question. Brood parasitism, there is a chance to ask as a 2 mark question separately. Brood parasitism, you can write as an example also. Along with this, adaptations, prey population adaptations from animal, from plant. When compared with this one, parasitic adaptations are very important. Parasitic adaptations, definitely parasitic adaptations you have to read. Adaptations of parasites, like they develop suckers and hooks, they prepare a cyst wall around the body, they make their life cycle more complex to reach main host, and they show anaerobic respiration, facultative respiration, and their reproductive capability is more. They lose unnecessary sense organs, lack of digestive system. These all are the parasitic adaptations. At least 5 you have to remember and write in the examination. Next, after adaptations, what you have to focus is logistic growth and exponential growth. Difference you have to know, and the different diagrams you have to follow, and the formulas you have to write. So from here, natality, mortality, it is there, but chances are less to ask that one. Natality, mortality, population density is there. Okay, how to measure population density? That is application method of question. Again, it is how to measure a population density means you can write on your own, like from the textbook lines only, but you can understand and you can easily write, like by, for if it is a tiger census, by observing the fecal pellets or pug marks. If it is a fish in a pond, for one trap, how many fishes are trapped? That is one type of method. Like that, if it is a banyan tree, large banyan tree, the total biomass as a density. So like that density, there is a chance to ask. Up to now, there is no question. That type of questions are not asked. But I'm guessing maybe it will ask for this time. How to measure population density, like that. And this is about the population interactions and organism population chapter. Last but not least, biodiversity conservation, evil quadrant. Every year, up to now, from the 2014 to 2023, there is no question paper without this question, evil quadrant. Either they will ask as a 5 mark question totally evil quadrant, or as a part alien species invasion. Mainly alien species they are asking. Alien species invasion, co-extinction. Okay, and this is over exploitation. It is also asked further several times. Over exploitation, and very leastly they are asking about this fragmentation, habitat loss and fragmentation. It is evil quadrant question. Why we have to conserve biodiversity? This is also they will ask. Why we have to conserve? 3 rules are there. One is ethical rule, and narrow utilitarian rule, and broadly utilitarian. There is a chance to ask this question. After evil quadrant, another important concept is greater diversity in tropics. Greater diversity. It is very important question. Greater diversity in tropics. Why? Only 3 regions. Production. More production is there. Why? Because of natural resources are more. It is at the equatorial line. More natural resources, so more productivity. Another one is what? Niche specialization. Why niche specialization? Because they can predict the natural climatic conditions. So they predict. That's why they form their special niche. And speciation. Why speciation? Because of less glaciations, unchanged, remain unchanged for several years. So these are the 3 regions for the greater diversity in tropics. And next, very important, in situ and ex situ. In situ and ex situ conservation. These 3 questions are very important, repetitively asked. And for this year, we can expect this question also. Why we have to conserve the biodiversity? Simple. Why diversity is more in the tropics. All are linked. Okay, what are the threats? That is, evil quadrant. Why we have to conserve? That is this, narrowly, broadly, utilitarian. How to conserve? In situ, ex situ. So conservation, it is completely related to the conservation. Okay, so finally I'll write some questions. In this 50% questions we can guess 4 crosses. 4 crosses means what this? Test cross, monohybrid, dihybrid and incomplete dominance. Next, what? Evil quadrant. Evil quadrant in the there is alien species invasion, overexploitation, habitat loss and fragmentation and co-extinction. Evil quadrant definitely. Population interactions. Population interactions, there is a chance to ask this population interactions. And diseases, all diseases, their symptoms, vectors, parasite names, diseases, drugs. Okay, 50% chances are there from this from these questions also. There is a chance of 50%. Diagrams, all diagrams, what I said already, diagrams from the reproduction, human reproduction, diagrams from human reproduction and human evolution. Okay, assisted reproductive technology, art, human reproduction, human evolution, assisted reproductive technology, diagrams from the human reproduction. What is there even more important? Very quickly we have to revise this before the examination. What we have to revise means these are the questions I'm going to write here. Human reproduction, reproductive health, principles of inheritance, 4 crosses, syndromes, sex determination, syndrome, sex determination, and principles of inheritance, evolution. In evolution, Miller experiment diagram and human evolution. These two are important. Homologous, analogous, adaptive radiation. These all are 2 more questions. You have to read that one. Human evolution. Next, human health and diseases. In that diagrams, diseases, drugs, cancer. Cancer, definitely one question will be there. Treatment to diagnosis, so mainly you have to focus. HIV schematic presentation. Yes. HIV schematic presentation. Replication. HIV replication in the host body. Next, human health and diseases, organoids and population interactions. In that particularly brood parasitism, sexual deceit, pseudocopulation, gaseous principle. These are you have to read. Logistic and exponential growth. Exponential. And biodiversity conservation, regions for greater biodiversity, and mainly evil quadrant I have already written. So regions for greater biodiversity and in situ ex situ conservation. In situ ex situ conservation. So these all are the main important questions what we have to revise before the examination, and previously what I told you, all these are. And I've already told you one questions paper I prepared for you, that is this. These are the questions. Introduction of alien species, sacral growth, endemism, endemic species, regions for greater diversity, evil quadrant, biodiversity hotspots. It is, I forget. Biodiversity hotspots is very important. Okay. Recent extinction with IUCN. Okay. Next one, from back if we observe here, mutualism, commensalism, factors influencing population density, brood parasitism, exponential growth curve, and gaseous competition, parasitic adaptations. These all are very important. Lymphoid organs, so like immunity, that is I forget actually, sorry. From the human health and diseases, immunity is also very important, like active, passive. Differences, one question definitely there, active, passive, and what it is called C cell, sorry, T cell and B cell. That means humoral and cell mediated immunity difference, active and passive immunity, and natural, innate and acquired, not natural, innate and acquired. So these all are chances to ask questions in easy manner. You can read this immunity, right? Immunoglobulin structure also very important. Immunoglobulin structure, then characters, and that is immune related disorders are there. Autoimmune disorders, so graft rejection, so okay. So malaria life cycle very important. Malaria life cycle is very important. Cancer characters, so types of carcinogens, so active and passive immunity, allergy, innate immunity barriers. So okay, these all are very important questions. Next, Big Bang theory, biogenesis. These all are 2 mark questions only. Cranial capacities we have to learn as separately. Okay. Uh, Cardiovascular equilibrium, human evolution, adaptive radiation. Conclusions of T.H. Morgan, why Morgan select fruit fly, sickle cell anemia, multiple alleles, genotypes of blood groups, color blindness, determination. These all are important topics to ask in a application method of questions also. Dihybrid, incomplete, monohybrid, test cross, haplodiploid. These 5, one will be there. At least one, more than one also there is a chance. Ideal contraceptive characters, very important. Infertility, oral pills, art, very very important. So these all are important questions for your final PU examination, and all the best. I'll upload all these files in Rajesh Biology app material. Like if you observe this Rajesh Biology app here, in this courses is there, batches is there, study material one folder will be there. Okay, I'll show you that study material. You can find that one once you download this app, because mobile app is different and this website mode is different. So download the app, and in that content is there, content free material. In this free material I'll upload now in documents, so many are there, handwritten notes, so NEET 2024 syllabus, chemistry today, physics today, all are there here. Here I'll add one folder in front of you, and I'll write this biology PU exam preparatory material. In this I'm going to upload the documents. Okay, already uploaded. So you can get all this material from here, Rajesh Biology app. And all the best. You should get a 70 out of 70 in the biology examination to increase our total score, and you should get good marks. After completion of this, we will discuss NEET examination and KSET examination related classes also will conduct in the live sessions. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day, and all the best.